Good day to all our esteemed viewers. If you are watching for the first time, click the like button, on notifications, drop your comments, and also share this video with others. Now, another have said that they should have killed Nnamdi Kanu instead of taking him to Nigeria. Ever since he came to Nigeria, he has become very, very popular. And now, they cannot kill Nnamdi Kanu anymore. That's the opinion, though. That they made a mistake. They should have fired him in Kenya instead of taking him to Nigeria. This is a personal opinion. But then, the Igbos here are saying that it is the will of God for Nnamdi Kanu to prevail against his enemies. That nothing can stop Biafra. This is an opinion. If you are watching for the first time, like I said, click the like button, on notifications, drop a comment, then share this video with others, and then subscribe to the YouTube channel for more. Subscribe for more political updates. Biafran evangelists, what do you have to say about this?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're watching us from. I remember almost the Biafran evangelist Benjamin Johnson Nachi, the only and one and the only Biafran evangelist. Yes, a maker myself or cutter myself. You understand? You said that Nigeria would have a prime Nnamdi Kanu, you know, before bringing him to Nigeria, that Nigeria have made him popular.
Nothing.
You just said your own, but let me inform you this.
I mean, no, it's not him. It was another that made that statement. Which was an Igbo person. A man from the north made that statement that they should have fired Nnamdi Kanu. And no, he just did it as an headline, which we are going to do because he's an analyst.
That is, we are still saying the same thing. He says so. That Nigeria would have fired Nnamdi Kanu before bringing him, not instead of bringing him to Nigeria. That Nigeria have made him popular by bringing him to this country. For your information and for the information of everyone that will watch this video, the attention of Nigeria, the attention of Muhammadu Buhari was to find Nnamdi Kanu. It was an idea of to kill Nnamdi Kanu. Not even in Kenya, but here in Nigeria. That was why Brutal went to his house and vandalized and brutalized his house and brutalized everyone around him. They intend to kill him. But truly, glory be to Almighty God, who stood for him, because he said that God sent him out of the truth. We can confirm and we can conquer, and we are now agreeing that through God sent him. And let me tell you, before Buhari carried out that mission, Obasanjo won Buhari, and he told Buhari not to embark on that journey. He won Buhari not to pay attention to Nnamdi Kanu. He told Buhari to ignore whatsoever Nnamdi Kanu is doing. The game that he's playing, he should not pay attention. He should ignore it so that it will not become too relevant. He said the importance of education. He said the importance of civilization. Had they been that Muhammadu Buhari pay attention to that constructive advice from Obasanjo, Nnamdi Kanu wouldn't have been flying the way he's flying today. But out of ignorance and that special hatred which the Fulanis had against the Igbos, for not allowing them to Islamize this country, that is what landed Nnamdi Kanu, and that is what flying Nnamdi Kanu, that is what promoted Nnamdi Kanu, that is what have made Nnamdi Kanu too much popular and too much relevant to the entire world, not just the society, but the entire world. And that is what are playing Nigeria down before the international face look of things. Not only in Kenya, here in Nigeria, I said. And another opportunity they had was in Kenya, but you cannot kill another person's citizen in your country and expect it to go to die off. You see why the beat Nnamdi Kanu, they hit on his head, they break his bones, and to make him become weaker, and by entering the state of coma, and they use it to kidnap him and wrap him as if they wrap the body that they embalmed, which they are taking to a far journey. Of course, it's God that revived Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody they treated the way they treated Nnamdi Kanu that would have survived it, if not for God's intervention. And lastly, They did not know that Nnamdi Kanu is a highly intellectual. They thought it's somebody that they can just bring and use their political criminalism to siphon and close the case and finish him up. Are you hearing it? But they themselves knows, they don't know that it doesn't work. Today they have seen it that God is above Nigeria and Nnamdi Kanu is more superior than Nigeria. Look at what happened in the court. He was playing and giving Nigeria the quotations. His constitutional right, both international, the EU Charter, UN Charter, the British passport which he holds as a citizen, and Nigerian constitutional right. He proved it to the court that he have right of what he is doing. So the law is not against him, neither did he or has he ever go against the law.
We saw a former governor of Benue State who said that the IPOB members are not the terrorists, and the terrorists are the Miyetti Allah, that they have arms. It seems that for the first time, the Hausas are going to say, or the Hausa man said that yes, he thinks that Miyetti Allah are the terrorists. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, what I have to say there is this. The killing, the activities and the atrocities of the Fulanis has gone beyond what humanity can control in Nigeria. It has gone beyond what the Hausas expected, because they themselves are not safe. That is why you see they are not safe. They are not safe too. In that north there, Hausas have been seriously killed. They have been seriously, they face the high case that every other state have faced. You see, and they are the one that accommodated them. They are the one that make them, to have a root here in Nigeria. And today they have turned against them. You see why the Hausa man came out and was like, oh yes, what the Igbos, especially Nnamdi Kanu, have said is right. That these people are not supposed to, live with. They are causing more harms in a society. So therefore, Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB actually are not the problem, because they can witness the problem now, because it's telling on them too. No one is safe. No one is being spared by the Fulanis. Everybody is facing the heat of Fulanis. So those that cannot condone it is coming out to speak out.
Well, we saw it on Wednesday. Miyetti Allah, they met with them, the US ambassador Mills. They also cried out to the government to protect them. But people are asking the question: in Nigeria, who needs more protection? Is it the Fulani that have something? I mean the armed men that have weapons, or the innocent farmers? Who need more protection in Nigeria?
The people that need more protection are the citizens, the farmers, not the Fulanis. But why they are seeking for protection is because they themselves knows that the people hatred is now falling on them. And how many are they? When all Nigerians, let's assume now all Nigerians should rise against the Fulanis, how many are the Fulanis? You see why they are running, asking for protection, so that because they know they have passed their boundary and people are no longer happy, and the anger of people may rise up against them one day. That's why you see them seeking for protection before that time. And whereas they are the chief architect, because they have a dream and they have a vision. What was that dream and what is the vision? The dream and the vision is to Islamize Nigeria. And the only way to Islamize Nigeria is to buy Nigerians. By so buying Nigerians is a way of threatening every other ones that will survive their climate. So those ones will be living with fear, while they themselves will have upper hand to dictate and decide what happened. And they will feel that actually the government, the country called Nigeria is their country, and they have come to take it, and finally they have taken it. That is what their, the dream and the vision is all about.
Now the question is that after we see what happened to Nnamdi Kanu and how reportedly Boko Haram members formally they are being released, and Fatima said you don't release IPOB members, but they release only Boko Haram, former Boko Haram members. do the Igbos have a future in this country?
Igbos doesn't have future in Nigeria, but they have future in Biafra. It is not necessary that we must be in Nigeria to survive. As you can see, all the marginalization that Nigeria has given the Igbos, all the maltreatment, definitely Igbos are still, you know, surviving it. We are surviving it, we are making it. We are doing excellently well because we don't depend in Nigeria. We depend in the Lord God Almighty. Yeah, it belongs to them. Actually, this Lagos you are talking about is not even a Yoruba land. So why that?
Lagos is southwestern.
Igbos, let me tell you, Igbos first Yorubas enter this Lagos.
Lagos was people's own before independence.
And I'm telling you the people that own Lagos, not Yorubas.
Who own Lagos?
The Benin. They are the ones that own Lagos. And I still tell you again, Baba, go and do your findings. Igbos are in Lagos before these Yorubas.
Now we'll do that maybe probably next week. But
go and do your findings.
The issue, let's talk about the issue with DSS now.
The first councillor in Lagos State is who? Is from here. No people, man.
The DSS Oga that Nnamdi Kanu has now, when they said that Nnamdi Kanu, there's no weapon found with him. What is it that Nnamdi Kanu should do? Should they release him, or what do you think is the next step?
Excuse me. They have to release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally because he committed no crime. The DSS themselves has confirmed it in the court of law that they see no criminal offense with him because phone. They say they saw some gadgets, phone, laptop, iPad. Are there criminal things? No. So since it is not a criminal element, so definitely he must be free. He must be free. And at the same time, without any what attached to his freedom or to his release. And let me tell you, see why I say, and I will continue to say it, Igbos have been surviving without the help of Nigeria. And why Nigeria depend on Igbos to survive?
Oh, Nigeria depend on the Igbos, or Igbos depend on Nigeria?
Nigeria depend on Igbos to survive. Igbos do not depend in Nigeria. Rather, Nigeria are the one that depend on Igbos to survive. I will give you an example. The resources every other nation, states, let me put it this way, they have one or two things which they, you know, that God has blessed them with. But how many of them is Nigeria, you know, enjoying today? The resources of the Igbos. And notwithstanding that they are enjoying the resources that is from the Igbo land, the same time they are marginalizing the Igbos. They are not giving us our civil rights and constitutional rights the same way they are giving it to other tribes. Yet Igbos are still waxing stronger than every other tribe in this country.
But somebody said, it's from Akwa Ibom, he said that the Igbos must find a way to accept that the Fulanis are superior, so that they can become presidents in Nigeria.
Over my dead body, excuse me, over my dead body, we are allowed a Fulani to be over me. Never, I can never surrender or submit myself. Who is a Fulani? From Gambia, a total stranger that then go to school. What did they know? I put it as a challenge in the entire generation of the Fulanis. Have they ever produced somebody like Nnamdi Kanu? In the entire generation of the Fulanis, ever since the Fulani exists, let them mention one. Why are you telling me that Igbo man should bow down? Who is Fulani? Who are they? But I don't ever bring such thing before my table. They should go to hell. That is around nonsense. Any Calabar man that said that is a Calabar that don't know his origin. He doesn't know his genesis. He doesn't know where he comes from.
So you disagree with the Calabar man?
100%. 1,000,000 times. Because the Fulani are making mention of the Nigerian Fulanis. When did they come to this country? Igbos have been in existence over 500 years before the forming of the amalgamation of Nigeria.
But the Fulanis are the most powerful people in Nigeria now.
They are the most powerful because in Nigeria, not in Biafra. They are the most powerful before the Yorubas, not before the Igbos. They are the most powerful before the Hausas, not before the Igbo man.
But the Fulanis are holding both the Yorubas, the Fulani, the Igbos.
But they are not
the Calabaris.
They are not reading us. And that is why I say they are not ruling us. I will tell you. They knows that is why they are scared of us. Because if they are not scared of us, they will not be saying what they are saying, that Igbos are their problem. You get it now? They will not be standing it that Igbos are their problem. That is to tell you that Igbos did not allow them to rule them. Igbos did not allow them to control them. And Igbos is not seeing them as the leader. Now Yorubas, they give them that hand. Because Yorubas believe that after Fulani, they will rule. But you forget that they even now, they indirectly still ruling Nigeria. Fulani will be the Jagaba where they there. Now Fulani still they control. Now Fulani still they decide and they dictate how Nigeria they go. You understand? So you cannot tell me.
Let us just emerge well for ourselves and leave the masses to continue to root in their problems. That's exactly what the present regime is doing. But Peter Obi, I know that every word that he will bring out this time around, let him never give up that somebody is going to steal his mandate. Nobody will steal his mandate. That is my message to him. Let him never think that there is anything that will take away his mandate. Let him never even think that Tinubu has the power to steal the mandate. Despite the fact that Tinubu was not in power, but he used other means to steal his power. But let him never think that is going to happen. Let him never think. Thank you very much.
I look at the fact that there may be, you are from Plateau State, there may be a state of emergency in Benue and in one other states are fire where there are killings. Do you support state of emergency being declared by President Tinubu in those states? Because we see state of emergency in River State, even though nobody died, but it was an explosion. Do you want to see state of emergency so that the military will go back there and they maybe pursue those criminals and they are going to restore peace? What do you want to see?
Thank you very much. When they declare state of emergency, the next thing that they're supposed to do, that they should fish out the people, the bad eggs. You don't just declare state of emergency without bringing out the bad eggs. You declare state of emergency and you go after the bad eggs. But we all know that in this country, they will declare state of emergency. Instead of fishing out the bad eggs, they will go and they will be terrorizing the innocent citizens. So that kind of a state of emergency, we don't want it. We don't need it. We need a state of emergency that has to do with transparency, that has to do with equity and justice. That's what we want. That's what we want to see. And for so many decades, these people, they have been playing with our mind. They have been playing with our integrity. They have been playing with our freedom. But this time around, I am here to speak boldly and loudly to tell them that APC government is going to fall woefully. They will fall woefully. That's what is going to happen with the APC government, and they should know. Any attempt to say they will come back to power by any means, let them know that they are trying to say God is not in existence, and God cannot do anything, and God will prove them that they are all liars. God will prove them, because this government belongs to God, and God allowed this government to be ruled by people. But the people that had been ruling the government are evil. They are pure evil. So because of their evilness, God has seen it for himself, and God is not happy with this evil. So now a decree has been passed concerning the leadership of Nigeria and Africa. They must know that their evil will surely come to an end, even though for them this is not going to be. That's according to their carnality thinking, that this evil will continue. They will continue to cheat on us. They will continue to suffer us. They will continue to make us to feel inhumanity. But this pure evil, God said, we will enjoy, we will chop, we will belly full. The next government is not going to be APC. Let them do whatever they are going to do. That's what Almighty God has already spoken, and I have listened to it. I have grabbed it, and I'm happy with it, and I will celebrate it, and I'm eating just as he's given. See, my life in Lagos, let me tell you, I came to Lagos. I don't know anybody in Lagos. All the way from Jos to Lagos, I came to Lagos. I said, God, I'm in your hand. People that cheated me in Jos, they think that God is not going to help my life. But my life in Lagos, God has been feeding me.
Now let's talk about this is about the feeding too. I have told Nigerians that yet I know that there's suffering, there's insecurity, there's poverty, but I am working hard to make Nigeria a better place.
It's a lie.
But Tinubu said that. Do you believe him that
it's a lie.
Nigeria can get better than this government?
Let me tell you, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, this is a fact, pure truth, which you will agree with me or don't agree with me. Ahmed Bola Tinubu will never give anybody any good life in this country. He will only embezzle and embezzle and embezzle. That's what he's going to do. He will continue to steal. He will never give anybody any better life. Because he know, number one, he's not the person that won election. If you do not won election, how will you give somebody a better life? So he cannot even give anybody a better life. He can just tell us life. See, let me tell you, any good leadership that enter power, let me tell you, in 2 months, the life of the people will be better. In fact, the day he enter, people will feel the impact. The day he enter office, so the day that Tinubu enter office, that's the beginning of suffering which he has begun to suffer the people of Nigeria. The first day he enter office, the first day he increased price of fuel. I was busy telling people in my office that I didn't like that. But because some of them, they are Yoruba, they say, no. I say, okay, you are supporting him because of your tribe. Okay, time is coming. But now all of them, they are agreeing with me. Why are they agreeing with me? It's because a good leader is supposed to lessen the burden of the people. You are not supposed to, we have burden on us and you later put another burden on us.